What's going on, guys? Honky Kong back at you on this nasty, snowy Saturday morning. We're due for 6 to 9 inches of snow in the Metro Detroit area. We've got about 1.5 to 2 inches on the snow on the snow on the ground right now. I thought I would do Honky Kong's winter weather survival driving tip video today, just for the hell of it. Because I'm on my way home from work, and my wife hit me up, gave me a little list of a couple stops I had to make, so I knocked those out. So I'm cruising home right now. And, I just got to thinking of what happened in Georgia last week, in Atlanta, when they weren't really expecting that snow. They got like 2 to 3 inches of snow and basically shut everything down. People were trapped on the freeway for like 20-some hours. This shit was a fucking disaster. I think that was a combination of people not really knowing how to drive in winter weather, and a combination of a lot of people in a very huge metropolitan area hitting the streets at the same time, and created a complete and utter disaster on the roads, okay? So these are just a couple, I've lived in Michigan a good portion of my life. I've been driving the snow my whole life. These are just a couple things, common sense things that I always do when it's snowing out that's kept me from killing myself in this type of weather so far. All right, and number one thing that I could tell you right now, most important thing, is slow down. All right, keep it slow in this weather. Okay, if you're on the freeway and the lanes are completely covered like they are right now, even though I'm on a side street. If you're out there and the lanes are completely covered, you normally do 75, 80, do about 40, 45. Take it slow. Plan ahead of time, okay? Leave a half hour, 45 minutes early. Give yourself some, about double your commute time in really bad weather. That's what I always do. If it takes me 30 minutes, I'm considering an hour. I usually double my commute time for severe weather. That's how I factor it, okay? Just, please reduce the speed. Plan ahead, leave early. That's what I do. It always works for me. Number two thing, and this is very important, though not always practical, especially on the freeway where most bad crashes occur in this type of weather. You really want to leave as much space possible between yourself and the car in front of you. As I said, I realize it's not always practical, but whenever you have the opportunity to do that, I think it's very, very important to do just that. Leave a lot of space. Not only does it keep you from getting a bunch of shit kicked up on onto your window and windshield, and it keeps your visibility a little better, but most importantly, if that vehicle in front of you or a vehicle in a neighboring lane on either side of you starts to lose control and slide into your lane, you have more of an opportunity to brake, to steer out of the way, basically to get the fuck out of the way before you crash into it. It gives you a better chance to respond to an out of control vehicle in front of you. So like I said, I realize it's not always practical, but when it is, leave a lot of space. Leave as much space as possible. If you're parked at a red light and you're the first car, that light changes, do not just stab off and go, all right? Don't just punch it and go. Very good idea to look both ways first, okay? Because there's a very good chance in this type of weather, some dickhead's gonna be sliding through that red light right in front of you, and you're gonna crack right into him, okay? So when the light changes, please look both ways before you go when it's really shitty. It's a good idea to do that anyways, but definitely a good idea to do it on on shitty snow days. One of the things I like to do, and right now here, the snow we're getting today, like I said, we probably already have about 2 inches. When you change lanes in snow, you'll notice, if you can see on this video, you're always going to have tire marks. But in between the lanes, you're going to have these ruts of snow, okay? These divots of snow that build up because it gets kicked to the side from people's tires. So, if you got 1.5 inches, 2 inches of snow, you might have 3 or 4 inches in between lanes. When you change lanes, it's a bad idea to accelerate. I've always found that it's a very bad idea to accelerate changing lanes. I just put on my turn signal, physically move my vehicle from one lane to the next, and then once I'm back in some tire tracks, then I start to accelerate again. It's real easy to lose control, lose traction if you try to accelerate and you're stuck in one of those big snow divots, okay? That's a personal tip of mine. If you lose control, if you start to slide, right? What I do, and once again, this is just me, this is what's worked for me. If I start to slide, say the ass end of my vehicle starts to slide to the right, I'll pump my brakes because I have anti-lock brakes. I absolutely fucking despise anti-lock brakes. They're the worst thing ever. I hate them, but I'm stuck with them. So I pump my punk ass anti-lock brakes, and I'll gently steer my vehicle into the slide. So like I said, if I'm sliding right, I will steer my tires a little bit the way that I'm sliding, okay? Don't go crazy and, just fucking jam that bitch all the way to whatever way you're sliding. You're going to overcorrect and lose control. But it's a very good idea. It's generally always works for me. Pump your brakes, turn that direction, and chances are you're going to, you'll right yourself pretty good. I can't stress this next one enough, man. If you have a 4x4 four-wheel drive vehicle, that does not give you a get-out-of-jail-free card. You could very easily crash that shit. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you a little story about me. I got a Jeep Grand Cherokee right now. All right, but a couple years ago, I had two Silverados in a row. I had two Z71 Chevy Silverados. The last one I smashed to fucking pieces because I was driving like a dickhead. It was weather similar to this, maybe an inch of snow. You know, it was like today. It was about 30 degrees, so it was that warm, wet, very slippery snow. The colder it is, the better traction you're going to have. When the snow is about 31 degrees, that's pretty warm for snow. It's going to be damp, moist snow, and it's going to be very slippery, and it's going to be real easy to crash. Okay, so remember that the warmer it is with snow, the slipperier it's going to be. It was a day like today, like I said, about a inch of snow out there, driving down the freeway. Had my shit in two-wheel, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to kick it over to four-wheel. But I didn't want to go all the way to four-low because I was like, maybe it's, maybe it's not that bad. It's more like slush than snow. So I put it into auto four-wheel drive, which is supposed to engage power to all wheels when you lose traction. All right, I don't know what happened. Right after I threw that bitch into auto four-wheel drive, I started to fishtail really bad. Did what I always do, pump my brakes, and this is how fucking stupid I was. And this shit was only like 2 or 3 years ago. I thought to myself, this is what I thought, because I was doing about 50, 55. I started to fishtail, and I thought to myself, oh man, these people behind me are gonna think I'm so fucking sweet when I steer out of this. That's exactly what went through my head, no shit. So I started pumping my brakes, doing what I always do. I turned to the right, because I was sliding towards the right, towards the wall, and boom, my truck corrects right back, and I'm like, I got it. Next thing I know, I'm doing 360s. I don't know what happened, if I just hydroplaned, if I hit some black ice, but I did 360, bam, right into the wall, about 50 miles per hour, all right? Now, fortunately, I was in a big-ass truck, a very tough vehicle. I was completely fine. My vehicle sustained about 14 grand worth of damage. The insurance company was billed to repair it, but, whatever. That's what the insurance company is for. But I fucked my truck up. I hit the front driver's side corner by the wheel, just completely destroyed that, and the back. But I was luckily enough, I was able to put that bitch in gear and drive it, to the police station, make a report, and then drive it to the auto shop. So as bad as I fucking hit it, much as I tore it up, that thing was a tank. So my point being, four-wheel drive is very helpful in this type of snow, but it's not going to keep you from going out of control. You really still got to pay attention to what you're doing. Watch your speed, leave as much space as possible, don't rush in this shit, and you'll be a lot better off. That's all I got. You guys are out there trapped in this crap. Be safe, keep it slow, and I'm going to catch you guys next time. Peace.